I'm going to do a comparison between the 140mm Christian Louboutin shoe and the 120mm Christian Louboutin shoe. This one is the 140 and this one is the 120. This is the size difference between the two heels. There is just over a ½ inch difference in height, and the wedge of the shoe, if you are buying a wedged Louboutin, there is also a slight increase in the wedge on the 140 than there is on the 120. Okay, so that is the height difference. Comfort wise, they feel the same, I guess, because the wedge is also higher. They seem to be really conscious in making them as comfortable as possible, even though they are a high shoe. The padding's fantastic inside them. They're very padded at the arch. The balls of the feet, it is padded. I would say fantastic, maybe not so much as it could be. I think maybe the balls of the feet could be padded a bit more, but they're not too uncomfortable. I can wear them maybe for 6 hours and then they start to maybe ache, but they are a high shoe, so that's going to happen no matter what. The one thing I will point out as well, something that I would advise you on if you're going to go buy some Louboutins, the first pair I bought, which were these ones, they're very smooth and shiny underneath. Don't know if you can see how smooth that looks underneath. On this Louboutin, they're equally as shiny, but there is a lot of almost like crinkles in the paint. Now, I know they're hand painted, so it's the character of the shoe, you know. I'm glad they don't all look the same, that is nice. But if you are worried about the quality of the paint underneath, then make sure you check them before you take them home, because, you know, I'm attached to these, I'm happy with them, but at the time I was a bit disappointed they weren't as smooth underneath as these ones, and I wish that I'd checked at the time. So just have a look at the bottoms so you can decide for yourself how you want the paint to be underneath the shoe. Well, that's the size difference. That's the reason I did this video, so you guys could, if you're going to order them online or anything like that, then you can see the real difference between the two sizes. A little bit about how they come packaged. They come in a cardboard box that's like a wooden colour, and it's a really pretty box. They come with obviously a red dust bag. What I tend to do as well is, if I'm going to be out all day in these shoes, sometimes I'll go somewhere where I might not want to wear them because maybe there's rocks or the ground's not great. So I will take a different pair of shoes and I'll throw them in the dust bag and I'll put them in my purse. So if I feel like, oh, I don't want to wear these shoes over that terrain, or my feet might be starting to ache, you can just take those shoes out and pop these ones back in the dust bag, throw them in your bag, and they'll be protected and they won't get anything in your bag dirty. Also, they come with a cute little tiny dust bag, and in them, which I think is really, really considerate of Louboutin to do this, they put in the heel replacements. So when you wear down the heel, you can take them to a cobbler and you can get the heels replaced, which I think is fantastic, because I've had shoes before where I've got my heel stuck in a crack in the concrete and it's pulled the heel out of my shoe, and it was a high traffic area, so I couldn't just like scatter people and say, oh, I need the heel for my shoe, and try and find it. So it was gone, and then I like hobbled back to the car and that was my shoe pretty much ruined. So if that ever happens, at least you have backups. Hopefully that won't happen to you. What else can I tell you about these? I think that's pretty much everything. They do take a while to wear out, so don't be put off by the fact the red does wear away. They are painted, so it is going to wear away. But I've worn these for maybe 20 hours each, so I don't think that's too bad for. Maybe it's been more than 20 hours. It's hard. I don't really log how often I wear my shoes, but I've worn them like 3 or 4 times, and that's the wear they each have. So I don't think that's too bad. I know you can get them repainted, and you can also on eBay buy the red sole protectors that stick on the bottom. I've thought about it, but I haven't done it yet. Maybe later on I will. I don't know, maybe when it gets really bad and I start, if it starts to eke over here, or you can see it on the sides, maybe then I'll do it. If I do, I'll definitely do a review about that. So that's the size difference. They're very, very comfortable, surprisingly, for their height. I have slingbacks because if you're like me and your feet slip out of a pump, the backs of my feet are really skinny, so even with the sticky, they put that padding in the back for you, they still slip out. So I only have one pair of pumps that don't do that, and it's a pair of Guess shoes. And I don't know what it is about that shoe. I don't know if it's because they're only 3 inches high, but my feet does not slip out. But I've tried on some lower Louboutins, any pump, my foot slips out, no matter the size. I've even tried to go really small and scrunch up my toes, and they still slip off when I walk. So if you have that problem, there are plenty of slingbacks on there to choose from. So, and they definitely stay on your feet, and they're very, very comfortable. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, please send me a comment, and I will definitely get back to you and answer them the best I can. I have my little dachshund sleeping on the bed with me today. My little weenie dog. Say hi, Chip. Hi. It's my little bebe. Aren't you, little weenies? I hope you enjoyed my video, and like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks very much. Bye bye.